morning. Well, it's early morning here in camp. I just want to say a few things. Maybe somebody someday might enjoy listening to me talk. I've been up here for 4 days now. I'm enjoying this peace and quiet solitude. Before I'm done with the video, I can show you around camp a little bit. This Site 50 is probably unique in a state forest. They usually don't manicure or mow this yard, but evidently the guys just got done mowing here last week, and so it makes the site a little nicer. I don't have to worry about walking into critters in the grass. But just spent a last night, it was down to 43 degrees in the camper. It's probably more like 39 degrees maybe outside. I don't have the heat on. I consider that a luxury, and I like to do what I call primitive camp, even though I have my little camper. I like to just rough it a little bit. I think tonight I will probably turn the heater on just to enjoy that, but yeah, it's interesting. This camp is far enough out that I get very few visitors. Every now and then you'll see a state forest truck go by, but other than that, it's quiet. Every now and then I hear an occasional airplane pass over, but other than that, just a nice place. I hunt out of this camp. I can hunt right here if I wish. I usually go back in the woods here about 300 yards, but there's some other places around too. Up the road about a mile, there's a place where the bucks seem to come down off the mountain, and I enjoy that. And there's a brook probably 400 yards, maybe catty quarter down this way a little bit. That it's a nice spot to hunt from. I see deer, but they're too far away. But the place that I use and sit is a big overlook over the brook, over the mountain stream where two mountains come together. For me, hunting is probably as much about that as enjoying nature as hunting itself. But I thought I'd just say a little bit about camping. I imagine someday somebody other than myself and Josh will go camping and enjoy it. And Ted comes up with me most of the time. His wife is recuperating right now, so he's staying home for a month or so, trying to help out there at home. But when you think of things to say to people, probably hard to say what you really mean, or your thoughts ramble so much. I guess the bottom line is you try to take care of everybody that you can, whether it's family or friends. You try to enjoy the good times. There will be some rough times too, always is. Sometimes I think that's what life is about. It's about working through those rough times. And I think we all get to that point. I think when we're younger, we get more excited about it. And as you get older, the different problems you come with as you get older, you try to just bear with them. Work through them as best you can. And probably talk to our Lord a lot more. Growing up, I went to church, but there was a point that really, without having a dad around, I talked to probably God a lot more than most people did as a father. So my relationship with him has been more like a son to a father, and I'm by nowhere near his son, but he's been a good friend too. do hope any future generations come to know him that way too. I could go on for a long time about that. I won't. I think that in our hearts, we all come to an understanding there. I would hope so. But I talk too low on this usually because the camera's so far away and I don't have one of those microphones that enhance my voice. But just so everybody knows, I thoroughly enjoy coming to camp. I have a very good friend, probably my best friend, Ted Stern, comes with me most of the time. And we have some tremendous talks right here by the campfire. At night, especially when the fire's going, we talk about all kinds of things and settle the world's problems every night we come out. Sometimes I think the world leaders should get together and do the same thing. But I think going to camp isn't about just hunting and fishing. It's about all the other things that you work through in your mind. And I think it lets you enjoy the world more. I do know this, when I come to camp and break camp, not break camp, but set up camp, I'm thrilled just to be here. Just setting up camp, even preparing for camp at home before I come, is almost like camping for me. I don't enjoy sleeping on the ground like I used to as a Boy Scout. I love my little camper, and it's not too big that I have to worry about where I can park and where I can't park. I've parked on top of mountains at fire towers where there's nothing there but the fire tower and me and miles of beautiful view. And I've parked in New York City and spent the night. Equally happy with both places, even though I prefer the country places more. Some grandchildren are going through college or have gone through college or going through high school. They all seem to be doing very well. Even at that though, even in college, there's still problems you have to solve along the way and situations that come up that you just have to think through. And I think that's part of growing up. And fact is, growing up means always. Getting old, there's all kinds of problems that come up, and they're just different sorts of problems. And you just have to work through them. But at the same time, I've learned to enjoy, I think, the good times when we get together, which could just be an evening meal at home. I probably could talk a lot more about that. I won't. Just by saying that, I think that we all read into it the good things about family life. But as far as camping goes, you're going to see some pictures here later. I'm sitting under a canopy of trees. They just made this, they evidently put this new park bench in. Must have been this summer because the old one was completely decrepit. They have parts that are laying here that people can use for firewood, I guess. But I was surprised with this. It's been years since they've replaced this. I kept thinking they would, but they finally did. But the camp's relatively maintained for being out in the middle of way beyond everybody else. This is nice. Not many people use this camp. It's a rare gem, I think. I guess most people want to be around a lot of other people too, in the big campgrounds and stuff. It's not something I prefer. But the nice thing is the pine trees that are here, whether it's the white pines or the Douglas fir, they grow to the sky almost, and I like that. I've been sitting here in a camper and when deer have come right down into here and been milling around. And my uncle right across the road here a little bit There was a beginnings of a campground from years ago that they just used for a road camp where they would fix up the machinery and stuff. We used to camp there, and he had an albino come in down below him, and it wasn't a whole albino. Uh, it was mostly white, but had some brown in it. But to think you can step out of your camper and be hunting right away, that's kind of nice, especially as you get older. I used to walk the mountains, and now I don't walk as far. Uh, take my time and enjoy it. But for me, hunting and fishing, it's not about how big a deer you get or how big a fish you get. It's about how you just get so involved with nature and enjoy it so much. I think that's the ultimate thing about hunting or fishing and having friends around. But I do wish everyone that reads this or that hears this, if they can hear it, I wish them all well. And I think living a nice life, working as hard as you can, having fun with family, probably some of the better things in life. Some of the things that the world gets caught up in. Years ago, I think people shied away from some of those things. I still do. I do believe in voting. At this point yet, I think that our country probably lives by the vote, more so than what we think. And sometimes maybe there's more things there than we even know about, and maybe that doesn't really count for us. But you won't understand that. That's okay. But to be able to come out like this in nature, I love this. I have as much of nature at home, I think, almost as here. But when I come away camping like this, it's a nice time to reset and refresh your mind, even your body. And I'm hoping people that do come out don't have to sleep in the 43-degree weather or the 40-degree weather that I do without turning the heater on. You can turn your heater on and enjoy it. I'm going to try that tonight, but I usually have to reset myself on that. I do enjoy having the heater on lately, but I guess there's a million things to say, and I could probably ramble on. The bottom line is, I think you live your life as well as you can. You work as hard as you can at your trade or craft or profession, and they're all equal. You do the best you can for yourself, your family, and for people in general. And then you enjoy life. And I think above all, you believe in God. Now, let me show you my little camp. And like I say, this is well manicured compared to what it usually is. But there's always a little spot that seems to be a little bare, and I don't have to worry about the critters on the ground. Uh, so this is where I camp. I seem to use this as my favorite camp. No reason why, except that I like the remoteness of it. So let me show you. Oh, I have my coffee too. should say, when I come to camp, I try to drink out of these cups. These are from my old thermos that I used to carry to work. I have one of these that was mine, one that was Marshall Gladfelter's, one from Vic Kinnaman, and one from my father-in-law, Dick Henry. So they actually come hunting with me in spirit. But let me show you my camp. I'm going to turn around and let everybody see this away. And this is the truck camper and my truck. And you can see the woods seems to go to the sky. I mean, when you turn, we're looking almost straight up here. It's like a little piece of heaven, I think. But yeah, I won't turn this around as much. But it's a nice yarded area. And when I say yarded area, again, they don't mow this hardly ever. But I want to see the whole circumference here. Where are we here? This is just the woods. And then where I was just sitting, if I could turn around here without getting so dizzy, there's the table and the fireplaces right here. Now if I take you up to camp, like I say, my truck and camper are very simplistic. I used to carry the camper on my truck, but I found out that I'd like to be a little bit more mobile, so I put the camper on trailer. And you can see the setup here. The door's open right now, but I have other pictures, photographs that I've taken of the inside of the camper. But it's basically just a bunk on the one side, a bunk up top. You can't see anything here probably. And I have room for a refrigerator and a stove, and it's actually very nice when I come to think it's just for sleeping, really. I use my camper just for that, and I come out and I enjoy the camping and I guess the camaraderie of camp, or the solitude too. But here, I'll just swing over to show you. It says Site 50, and this is a mountain road that's used by hunters. Some guys that had their own camps come up. It seemed to get used more by the Department of Natural Resources in taking care of the camp than anything else. But again, I feel so fortunate to have this camp here. It is shaded here. The sun comes up and will hit my camper a little bit during the day, but in the warm weather, it's nice because I have enough shade throughout most of the day. The sun just hits the back of the camp. In the winter, of course, it gets a little bit more sun because there's less foliage on the trees, even though these are evergreens. But yeah, I'm hoping this is coming through because I'm only seeing the back of the iPad right now. But I guess I'm going to let this go. Enjoy. Thank you. Happy trails.